When we think about nonviolent activism, civil rights, and stirring words, there's only a handful of names that come to mind, and this month narrows that list down quite a bit.
Monday the 16th marks the 38th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a celebration that has a complex history, but it's meant to promote the ideals of the man himself stood for.
Ideals that our society continues to be in need of. And here today to discuss the celebration is Jimy Reid. He is a transportation coordinator for Lower Shore Enterprises. Jimy, thank you for being here.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
So what inspired you to become interested in the work of Dr. King?
The reason we wanted to, if you look at our letterhead, it has a big bridge across it. And we want to bridge the community together. And as I was going over some of his history, on April the 3rd, he made his speech to the mountaintop. And in his speech, he said, I may not be there with you. I may not get there with you to the mountain. And the next day, he was gone. And that kind of brought me back to the Bible, because Jesus knew when his last day was. So I have a feeling that Martin Luther King Jr. knew that his day was coming. May not know what day, but he knew his time was about to end.
His messages are so powerful. I think we all can agree on that they're even heard and recognized internationally.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think that's great, because we had this problem around the world, and he even went out of the country to learn how to fight it even better and brought it back to the United States. So he did a great, he's done a great thing. His speeches are still recognized and said throughout the whole year, because they had such meaningful, and they done a lot. Like he helped with the civil rights passage of the civil rights in 1964, and then Martin Luther King was vital in the 1964 voting rights. Yeah. So his still, even though we're having problem with voting rights now, but he was one of the main leaders to help get Black people to vote.
What would you like to be most remembered about him?
One of the things in his speech, he says, one day the little children, Black, white, whatever color, will be holding hands and marching together as one. And that's what I would like to see. I would just like for us to come to the table and bring what we have. And we'll find that we need each other. Yes. We need each other. And I think that was his legacy, to say we want to be equal at the table. Nobody think they're better than anybody. And in one of his speeches, again, I love his speeches, so I keep going.
I can tell, right.
And he said, if you are a trash dumper, dump trash, be the best dump trasher. Yes. If you're a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper. But he said, sweep so well that they would say that this guy sweeps great.
He's the best.
So I refer to a lot of his speeches a lot when I talk, because they were so important, and they still are important in my life.
At the table.
Yeah, I like that too. It's going to happen. Yeah. Jimy, thank you so much for coming in.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
DelmarvaLife. We'll be right back.